Just a little bit ago, the five ex-police officers charged with murdering Tyre Nichols appeared in a Memphis courtroom for an arraignment and a plea hearing. They all pleaded not guilty to charges of second-degree murder, aggravated assault, kidnapping, misconduct, and official oppression. Where members of Memphis' Scorpion unit are seen brutally beating Nichols. He died, you'll remember, of course, 3 days later in the hospital. Joining us now from Memphis, NBC News correspondent Priscilla Thompson and David Henderson, a former prosecutor and civil rights attorney. So, Priscilla, take us back to what happened in the courtroom today and what happens next.
Yeah, Jose. Well, the family arrived here this morning very stoic as they sat in that courtroom. We didn't see any emotion from them as they sat flanked by their attorneys. And shortly after they were seated in that courtroom, those five officers marched in alongside their attorneys. And I shouted a question at the officers as they were making their way into the courtroom, asking if they had anything they wanted to say. And no one responded to that question. They all wore masks, so it was very difficult to see any sort of facial expressions from them. And then, of course, they went into the courtroom facing the judge, and it was a very quick hearing, under 5 minutes. The judge asked them how they intended to plea, and all of them pled not guilty, and that was the end of it. And then they marched out of that courtroom just as they had come in. And we heard from two of the attorneys for two of those officers after that hearing, and I spoke with an attorney for the ex-officer, Tadarius Bean, and his attorney says that he didn't hit Nichols, that he didn't deliver any of those blows and the strikes that you see in that video, and he believes that people have rushed to judgment in this case, and he does not believe that the charges against his client, the ex-officer Tadarius Bean, are warranted. He says that there's more video to be seen, and of course all of that will come out as this process continues. The attorneys are now in the process of discovery, so they're going to be able to look at all of the evidence against their clients. They're going to be collecting some of their own evidence. They'll also begin filing motions in this case, and it remains to be seen whether all five of these officers are going to be tried together or whether some of these attorneys will seek to separate some of these cases. There's also, of course, the possibility of plea deals. I asked the district attorney about this a while back, and he told me that is always a possibility. And so there's a lot to be seen as this process is really just getting started. And we heard from the family as they came out today. One of the first people to speak was the stepfather of Tyre Nichols, Rodney Wells, and he called this a glorious day. He said this is a glorious day, that it is the first day in the process of them beginning to get some kind of justice. And the message that we've heard echoed from the family and also in court today is that this will take time. This is not going to be a speedy process. The charges came rather quickly, but now begins sort of the long process of continued investigations and actually putting this case on trial and seeing how it ultimately turns out. But the family today calling it a glorious day and grateful for the support that they've received from the community and around the country. Jose?